Welcome to English Shine Story with a new story.
In the heart of a bustling city, there lived a young woman named Anya, whose life revolved around her work as a florist. She spent her days crafting beautiful bouquets for strangers, pouring her heart into each arrangement as though they were letters of love she could never write. Her shop was a sanctuary for anyone seeking a touch of beauty in their lives. One rainy evening, an older man named Mr. Ibrahim wandered into her shop. His coat was soaked, his hands trembling as he held a faded photograph of a smiling woman. "Do you have lilacs?" he asked, his voice as fragile as glass. Anya shook her head gently. "Not in season, but I can find something close." As she worked, he shared his story. The woman in the photo was his late wife, Sophia, who had loved lilacs. Every year on her birthday, he would bring her a bouquet of them. This was the first year since her passing, and he couldn't bear to break the tradition. Anya felt her heart swell with sympathy. Though she had never experienced love like his, she felt the weight of his sorrow and the depth of his devotion. She crafted a bouquet of lavender and white roses, whispering, "These will speak of her grace and your enduring love." Mr. Ibrahim's eyes filled with tears as he accepted the bouquet. "Thank you," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "You brought her closer to me." From that day forward, Mr. Ibrahim became a regular at the shop. He often spoke of Sophia, his stories painting her as a woman full of life, laughter, and love. Anya listened intently, her sympathy turning into an unspoken love for the way he cherished her memory. One spring morning, when lilacs finally came into season, Anya surprised Mr. Ibrahim with a bouquet. His eyes lit up, a mix of joy and sorrow. "She would have loved this," he said, his voice steady yet soft. Anya realized then that love wasn't always about grand gestures or romantic confessions. Sometimes, love was in the small, quiet acts of understanding someone's heartache and standing beside them in their pain. Years later, when Mr. Ibrahim passed away, Anya continued to place lilacs by Sophia's gravestone every year. It wasn't out of obligation but out of love for the bond they had shared, a bond tied by sympathy, blossoming into something timeless. This story highlights how love and sympathy can intertwine, showing how empathy can deepen our connections and create lasting bonds.